if you were first here. It was me. I was the first one here. Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on, everybody? As soon as I start talking, Knox hops over. Come on, you want to say hi? You want to say hi to everybody? You want to speak first? Okay. You're loud. I love you, bud. No more boofing. All right, hold on. He's got to get a treat. You know. Come on. Up. Oh, ow. That's my nuts. That was my nuts, dude. Oh, come on, man. I know yours are gone, but... well, it might have been chopped off too. That's fair. All right, come on. What is going on, everybody? How is everyone doing? We got a couple of mods in here. I saw him, Wolfram, and Katie was in here, and Knox is the best boy. Oh my gosh! All right, so it's a week. Holy cow, man! Hello, Missile Man. Thank you. I gotta be able to hear myself to do the Buff voice.
Listen, it's been a few years since Grandpa Buff decided to intercept anybody, and to be frank, he tried to intercept me. Wasn't ready for the tail guns. I still miss that version of myself, but that's not the person I am anymore. I've gone from tail gunners to hypersonic missiles. I can't really be mad about how this turned out.
I gotta be able to... oh yeah, I ran as a... I don't... it's so hard right now, because so you guys, in case you don't know, I have a Twitter. I literally, it's shit posting and shower thoughts. That's really all it is. Do a dance? I don't dance even. I've danced like once with my wife. So it's all just shit posting. But right now, trying to filter through what they've actually said and what is just clickbait is kind of hard as of lately. So you got a new stream early. Welcome. Here, we're going to give you a couple of horns. Hit a boogie. There you go. Same, that's my Twitter. Bro. In case you guys, so a friend of mine made this for me. This is not available on the store or anything like that. Friend of mine. If you guys are interested, though, I can drop a link in the Discord. They can't make you HLC ones, but they can make you like your own ones. So it's kind of cool. All right, look what we got. Turkey and South Korea made USA look like loser. Yeah, I saw the memes about that Turkish guy. Just no matter what happens in the world, I want you to know if you are a meme lord and a shit poster, thank you for your contributions. The memes that have come out of everything that has just happened in the world in the last, fucking 10 years. You are the real MVPs. Kid's going to be very jealous of the Viper. Yes. They hunted down Shaheeds. So I've heard the F-16s are there. I haven't looked into it. It's been pretty chaotic. I got back to work today. I was out of town, and I'm only here for today, and then I got to leave again, and I got family coming in, and I'm all over the damn place, so... I would intercept me. You'd intercept yourself. That's the only voice I can do without hearing myself. Can we have the B-36 Peacemaker? I think I had him once. Wasn't it the B-36? No. Was it the B-29? Whatever one dropped the bombs on Japan. Shit posting and shower thoughts. That's a t-shirt. That guy was... Oh, it was phenomenal. I hear European Union countries developing a rocket for the Patriot. Are you talking about like one that's going to hit the Patriot system or vice versa? Because I'm trying to understand that, like, the practicality there. I mean, if it's a dumb rocket, you don't need radar guidance. I mean, you would just co-locate a dumb rocket launcher with a regular, yeah. Is there a lore reason you're black? What? What is happening? That was B-29, okay. Happy Friday, guys. Katie, what is going on? Fair warning, I'll probably miss next week. It is okay. It is okay. This is the thing. For all you guys in here, if you can't make it week after week, that is fine. I enjoy the fact that you guys spend time with me. I really, really do. Someone asked for me to explain my last post. Realistically, okay. My last post... oh, man, I've done a couple posts today. The one, the meme, it's because I ran starting shit. But the other one, for context, I did it here on my YouTube on the shorts. I actually pinned a comment to the top that shows like, hey, this is what I'm talking about. Again, no hate to The Rock or the UFL, but the United States Army paid The Rock and the UFL $11 million for advertising for recruitment. It didn't work, and now they're asking for some of their money back, which it doesn't really work that way. But yeah, so that's what happened. And I'm like, we still haven't learned. We have this many content creators in the military, and we still haven't learned how powerful social media can be. Hi from Sweden. What is going on, my dude? Israel is basically like Canada, usually friendly, but poke the bear. You're going to see the bomb drop. Says, to whom it may or may not concern. Israel, I feel bad. I really do, because Israel is, don't get me wrong. I feel bad for innocent people in Palestine, occupied Palestine, whatever, right? I feel bad for the innocent people. Don't feel bad for Hamas. Not at all whatsoever. I know what insurgencies do, and I know how they operate, especially one like that. Don't feel bad for them at all. But the thing is, they got attacked, they fought back, and you fought back against one of Iran's unofficial fucking flunkies. So all the other unofficial Iranian flunkies got involved, and when they started getting their shit rocked, now Iran's starting to get involved, so it's like they kicked a hornet's nest. I feel really bad for them, because they're right in the middle of a shit show. Was watching some Russian Badger when your stream started. Happy Friday. Thank you so much, Burb. I like your name, Burb, because I don't know if you say it that way. My missus, when there's a bird outside in our frickin' yard or anything like that, she calls them that's a Burb. Actually, anytime she sees a bird, it's a Burb. That's what it is. Never did I think that I would see an actual crucifixion in this Ukraine war, but here we are. There was an actual... That's wild, man. I didn't see that. I try and stay, as up to date as I can, but why was the kid down under? Great question. They had some kind of exercise, and as soon as I saw that there was an exercise going on in Australia and it involved the F-22, naturally I was like, okay, I gotta just start some shit. I have to. The B-47 Stratojet. There's a lot of planes I'd like to add. It's just a reason to add them, you know what I'm saying? Shout out from Lake Odessa. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you being here, Thomas Wheeler. Everyone experience, just go through even if you're the strongest. Yeah, hi from Ohio. We need your dog on the main cam. Which one? Buffalo. Come here, bud. Come here. People want to hear you speak again. Up. There we go. Speak. All right, there we go. Hey, what's that? No, I didn't say speak. I said no. You're fat and your mother dresses you funny. Yes, she does. All right, I'll give him a cookie. I wonder if I can get him to stare at the camera. All creepy. Come on up. Oh, that's what that's.
Would you intercept me?
Hang on, stay.
I'd intercept me.
Hello, HLC is super hot here and made me think of a question. How well does the Patriot system work under extreme heat like 110 and up?
That's actually a great question. Knox, you just coughed up part of that cooking. I am so sorry, Knox. Just eat it off the floor, dude. Oh, man, I love that guy. I'll get down to that in 1 second. Hey, it was Wither, right? Wither, good to see you, man. Give me some horns in there. Take my ad block sin money? What? Hold on. There we go. Just a leadership conference called the National Order of the Arrow Conference.
Would you intercept
Bandit,
me?
what is going on, my dude?
I'd intercept me.
Good evening, HLC. I remember you having mentioned you have experience and insight into the US-Afghanistan war.
Yes.
What is your opinion on the Afghanistan papers by the Washington Post, and do you have recommendations for non-fiction books on the topic?
That's a heavy question. Let me get, because I got to read it with my eyes. I'm still up a little bit on my Withers question. I'll get down to it. I'll answer the best I can.
Would you intercept me?
Daniel, we got a lot of 50s tonight. What's
I'd
up, guys?
intercept me.
Hey there, HLC. Today was my last day at my job, heading back to beautiful Colorado. Nothing, not even Iran being a giant bitch, is going to ruin it. Also, as a Jew and as someone who's been to Israel, both your and Angry Cop's impressions are spot on.
I love it. I love it, man. I'm from Colorado. I'll never go back, but if you enjoy it, please enjoy it, man. Be safe. All right. So super hot here made me think. So Patriot, believe it or not, actually operates relatively well in hot environments. I mean, we've operated in the Middle East for a long time, but it's going to kind of blow your mind because the generators we use are air cooled. They're big old Cummins generators, air cooled. Which is surprising when most people like it operates at 130 degrees. Yeah, when you open them up to work on them, they're like 500 degrees. It's nuts. The radar is the main thing that doesn't like heat. And it's not so much that it doesn't like heat. It doesn't like changes in temperature. So everything in there is just in such a tight tolerance, right? That at night when the sun would go down and I was running the radar, I would get faults. And those faults aren't actually real. You just got to go in and move some screws and make some minor adjustments to the elements and the wavelengths and all sorts of stuff like that. And you're good to go. And then it gets hot and it goes back out of tolerance again. So there was a short period of time, and it was an experiment. I don't know if anything ever came of it. The Georgia Tech actually had built air conditioners on our sites that had big old vents that pumped right into my radar. And it kept my radar at like a perfect temperature at all times. I mean, it wasn't cool, but it was like 85, 90 degrees. Like day, night, doesn't matter inside that radar, which is a lot better than what it was. But yeah, they have inside the radar, we have a CLET, which is the cooling liquid electron tubes. And it's like a radiator for the radar to try and keep it cool. But yeah, it does operate in hot environments. And I know as soon as I said CLET, I'm waiting for the chat to go up. But I hope that answers. Heard a rumor The Rock was involved in recruiting. Yes, the United States Army paid him and the Something Football League, the UFL, because he's the owner, $11 million to advertise for the United States Army. And now they're asking for some of their money back. So, Odin Knox. What's up, dude? He's still licking the carpet. There's nothing there. Makes sense. A dangerous plane like F-22 is training in the most dangerous environment ever. You're not wrong. Australia is wild. I do want to go visit there someday. I do. I really, really do. All right. Good morning, afternoon, evening, etc. Hope everyone is staying sane, focused on the good in their life. All right. There we go. Now I'm back. Good evening, HLC. Remember, you have mentioned you have experience and insight in the U.S.-Afghanistan war. What is your opinion on the Afghanistan papers by the Washington Post? I remember briefly reading about that American money is funding the Taliban, and I'm not going to lie, it irritates me, if that's what we're in regards to. Again, I don't know a lot about it. I don't know how true those are. I don't know any facts associated with it, but if that is true, I don't like it. I'll just say that at least. And do I have any recommendations on nonfiction books on the topic? Seal of Honor is a pretty decent one, because I know a guy. Well, I knew a guy who was actually trying to find Lieutenant Michael Murphy. If you've ever seen the Lone Survivor, he was on with the Ranger unit that went to go find him and them after they found Marcus Luttrell. He recommended that book for me. Unfortunately, he was also killed in a roadside bomb. So I have the book. Lone Survivor is pretty good. Afghanistan in general, there are a lot of good books about it. You just really got to look. I wish I had better suggestions. I'm sorry, Bandit. I wish I had something better, man. I haven't read a lot in a while, man. Hope everyone's staying sane and focused on good in their life. The life is great. Last day at your job. Oh, yep, you're going back to beautiful Colorado. Where are you at in Colorado? Someone said roll tide. Breaking news, Russia calls U.S. Coast Guard for assistance. After Florida man dives in a Russian sub steals sub's catalytic converter. Oh, man. I may use that joke. That's a pretty good joke. The catalytic converter, that may get used. Plane crew met the Avro Arrow, basically a missile-equipped Concorde that was NATO's nuclear bomber hunter. Oh, I heard about the Avro Arrow. I don't know much about it. Am I going to do the Thunder Screech? That has been requested a lot. I need a reason, but I'm not there yet. Let me see. August 6th will be 79 years since America's greatest barbecue. I can't believe I read that out loud. Recommend celebrating. I'm not reading that. Like, I shouldn't laugh about it, but like, it's a means to an end, right? Like for anyone, there's a common like belief in young people now that like both atomic bombs were not warranted, and you got like, yes, it was awful, but part of the reason we picked Nagasaki and Hiroshima is they were the only things left after the Tokyo firebombings. Like, there was really nothing in Japan left. And they still wouldn't surrender. And we knew it was going to cost millions of lives on both sides to invade mainland Japan. So we're like, let's try this. At that point in time, we had the ability to produce one atomic bomb every 10 days, I think it was. And after the second one, President Truman was like, let's hold off. Let's give them a chance to chill out. And they were like, yeah, we'll surrender. Smart choice. Just thought I had yesterday. In 1989, we sank half of Iran's navy in 8 hours. 35 years later, we could sink their whole navy from a different ocean. I'm eager. Like, this is the thing. I don't want war. I really don't. I'm in the military. I don't want that to happen. I don't want to put our troops in harm's way. But the thing is, it's been too long since someone found out the hard way. They always get uppity for a few years, and then we have to like. Right now we're in the de-escalation phase. The United States is like, hey, let's all just chill. Let's be friends. The United States always de-escalates before we, like, walk through the door swinging that thing like Snuffleupagus. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Red Patriot is getting a new radar that electronic warfare to blind enemy planes and missiles. Is this true? They're getting a new radar. It's called the LTAMS, the Lower Tier Air Missile Defense Sensor. Remember, on this channel, folks, we will never call it the Ghost Eye, and we will haze anybody at Raytheon who thinks that that's what it should be called. That's what I am requesting for you. If anyone's ever like, have you seen the Ghost Eye? You need to make fun of them. Right off the rip. That's what we do, okay? But the LTAMS, I actually had the privilege of helping pick that radar. I remember after we got to see a couple of different radars, there was some general who went to me and my team who was out there, and he said, hey, do like a T-chart and do pros and cons of every single radar. And that one had the most pros. I'm not sure how much more I can go into, but there is a new radar. My name's on like a 50-page non-disclosure agreement. Obviously, some other things. But if they do everything it was promised, that radar is going to change the game completely. So I'm really excited to see it come online, but only if it works. Can a non-LTAMS Patriot battery be rigged with more than one radar to provide more degrees of coverage? Yes, kind of. Okay, so the way, when people think of Patriot, they think of just like the fire unit. Well, Patriot is so much more than just a fire unit. So what it is you actually have an ICC, which stands for Information and Coordination Central. It looks like an ECS, or Engagement Control Station, that you would see at a Patriot battery. But in there you have your TD and your TDA, which is your Tactical Director and your Tactical Director Assistant. Okay, those individuals coordinate fires and tracks between all their fire units, and they can have, I think, publicly available says 4 fire units. So 4 Patriot units, complete fire units. That means 6 launchers, the big 4, or 8 launchers, up to 8 launchers, and the big 4 times 4. Okay, and they are coordinating fires, and they see what everybody sees. Does that make sense? So yes, but only with an ICC. And most units in the world either don't have an ICC or they choose not to use an ICC. It's because it's a really difficult piece of equipment to like integrate. You have to know how you're implementing fires, if that makes sense. Would I ever consider doing Let's Watch with everyone, or maybe put up an edited format? Lots of good war films. I wouldn't be opposed to it. There's a lot of things that I want to do right now. I just don't have time to do. I got some things in the work with Franklin, and I hope you guys enjoy it. It's actually part of the idea from Mrs. Linecrosser, so she's all about that. Herb Pfister says, "My brother and I love your content." Well, thank you so much. I appreciate the support. Buffalo needs to voice something. Oh, Operation Praying Mantis Part 2, the sequel. Monix, thank you so much, by the way. Stuck on the side of the road getting semi-trailer tire replaced. Ouch. Hot down in southern Texas. Bro, drink water. I hope you're having a great day. I also would love to see an EA-6B. That's the hell's the EA-6B? It's electronic warfare. I'm unfamiliar with that aircraft. My father worked on them in the Marines. I will look into that, the EA-6B. I'll put it on my list. Oh, you know what I didn't do? Because I was out of town. I really haven't. Someone's going to ask. He's always in here. The 3003. I still haven't had a chance to look into it. I was out of town all week. I'm so sorry. Georgia Tech. Yeah, at least that's who I was told it was Georgia Tech. HLC, hope you and yours are well. Thank you so much. With everything going on in the world, I appreciate the escapism. Been really bummed with all the crap going on. Bro, the world is a scary place right now. And if my videos can help you guys escape that for a little while, not just everything in the world, but it's really hard on people right now, all across the world. People are struggling in life. So, on top of everything going on, like social media wise, I've had people reach out to me from very prestigious locations asking for my air defense expertise. And I really hope that I can give them what they need. And I really hope that I can help make the branch better. Interesting enough, right? So check this out. I love hearing these stories. Wither! Hang on, we're going to let it play real quick with Wither.
I'd intercept me.
Another question, teacher HLC. I recently saw that Japan is going to co-produce AMRAAM and Patriot PAC-3 missiles and was curious to know if HLC know anything more about that, particularly the PAC-3 missiles. Do you know anything about this?
Oh, yes. PAC-3... So, here, I'll get back into this. 1 second, let me finish. So... I completely forgot what I was talking about. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I'll get into that real quick. Sorry, letting him jump the queue there. So, Japan producing PAC-3 interceptors isn't really a big deal. PAC stands for Patriot Advanced Capabilities version 3. These are also referred to as ATM, Anti-Tactical Missile 3. They're made by Lockheed Martin instead of Raytheon. Raytheon makes the PAC-2. These are PAC-3. Main difference between the two, aside from a PAC-2 being much larger... Okay, I froze for a second because my brain was like, what can I say about the differences? The main difference is the PAC-2 is guided only by tail fins, right? So it has to directionally guide by tail fins. The PAC-3 has, I don't know, a couple hundred, I think. They're called attitude adjusters. Yes, they're actually called attitude adjusters. They're little boosters right behind the warhead, all around the missile. So if you ever see a picture of a PAC-3, and as it's exiting the can, it looks like it's like part of it's on fire coming out. And what that is the attitude adjuster blasting out so the missile can turn harder. I'm not saying they have a harder turn, but yeah, they turn pretty hard. They also, you can stack 16 of them on a launcher instead of 4. And yeah, I can say that. And they have a Ka band seeker on them, which means that they do take up a track via missile slot from the radar. Radar has a limited amount of track via missile slots, like missile in the air has to use a slot. But because it has a Ka band seeker in it, it doesn't use it for as long, so it goes pitbull earlier and guides itself in the rest of the way. I hope that makes sense. One video did where the kid was dreaming and engaged Russia got me, seeing how you covered a lot of real world events. I had a lot of fun with that one. That one got a lot of people. I'm sorry, man. Oh, man. Oh, I'm trying to catch up. Buff should have said, you know what flag I use for revenge? My flag, motherfucker. I like it. I like it. Is it fucked up that I really want to see everything about you in a USS Constitution voice? That's not a half bad idea. And I really hadn't thought about the Constitution. I'm writing it down. You're from Aspen heading to Golden. Golden's gone downhill, homie. But I can't really say much because I'm from Commerce City. I'm born and raised in Commerce City. Yeah. If you don't know where Commerce City is, folks, if you go to Colorado, drive around the north end of Denver until you hear mariachi music and gunfire, you're there. I get pulled over because I'm a white dude with a nice truck. Every white dude in my hometown is a meth head. Just saying. Did I research their 3003? I said it a little bit earlier, man. I hadn't had time. I've been out of town all week. I just got back. Video on the Thunder Screech as a character. Make him deaf and batshit crazy because he's a test aircraft. I think I know how I'm going to deliver him. I just haven't had a reason to yet. Someone stole an entire railway bridge in Russia. I heard about that. I haven't mentioned it. I need to. I probably should. I'll put it in my different notes. I have different notes for things that I need to use. And yeah. Hold on. I'm going to catch up here in a second, guys. Got to erase all my stuff from last. What was it? Am I on Army Reddit? No, I'm not. All right. Orange chicken or sesame chicken? Yes, but I prefer sesame. Heard one of the 9/11 perps pleads guilty. Too late. Over 2 decades too late. Yeah, God, our justice system is so fucking broke. I find it abhorrent that we hit the 20-year anniversary of 9/11 before every single person who was involved in it was tried. Like that's not okay. Let me see. Constitution voice. All right, I'm scrolling back down. I got that one already. Florida man arrested for a potential war crime after diving to Russian sub, dropping in an alligator. Oh, God. The ICC is at best a brigade level asset. We use them at the battalion level, but our way we operate is a little bit different. We have 2 ADAFCOs, which are above the ICC. ADAFCO stands for Air Defense Artillery Fire Control Officer. We have a lower tier, which works right above the battalion. That's the brigade ADAFCO. And then the upper tier ADAFCO works at the CAOC level, which is like Combined Air Operations Center or something. Did I know there's still one Spruance class DDG in service as a test ship? I did not know that. I didn't even know we still had Spruance class. Travis Drake, thank you so much for the dono. Time for the kid to humble the J20. This is the thing, guys. And here's why. Like, you can argue all day. If you're, a Russian fanboy or a Chinese fanboy, that's fine. You can argue all day. But what we took was the thing that beat everything else. We took the F-15, which is a powerhouse. It's a monster in the sky. And we said, we need to beat that. And they built the F-22. And it schooled the F-15. Like 4-1, it was winning. Like, it's a monster in the sky. So when someone else takes a 104-0 enemy aircraft and builds something that defeats it, then we'll talk. But that's what we did. Don't want to get into politics, but Trump stated he wanted to build an air defense network all over the U.S. at the RNC. Well, we kind of already have one. We have GMD. Luckily, one of the best strategic assets the United States has is, believe it or not, geography. People have to get really close to throw anything at us. And so we've only really had to focus on intercontinental ballistic missile defense, which is why we only have GMD in the U.S. Now, there are Patriot units in the U.S. There's one in Washington. There's short-range air defense units, and worst case scenario, we could very easily pull back home, set up all our forces, and be covered. But I mean, it's not really necessary at this point. Best defense is good offense, and we're an expeditionary military. We take the fight to the enemy. Aside from like Canada and Mexico, there is not a single country in this planet that has the logistics capability to wage war inside the United States. We're just too far away. Have I heard of the new 375 enabler round? Supposed to replace the 50 cal. No. I've not heard of the 375. Oh no. The 50 is important. I love the 50. I tell you right now, anyone who's ever been to combat, if you said Mark 19 or 50 cal all day long. Anyone who's never been to combat is like built-fed grenade launcher. The Mark 19, cool idea, unreliable as shit. They really should have just taken the 50 cal and said, let's make this bigger. That's all they should have done. The exact same design, and just let's make it bigger. And that would have been a perfect Mark 19. But no, they had to completely redesign the shit. Check out the latest episodes from Authorized History of the Pacific War podcast.
Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me.
Nothing will beat Marduce.
Good old Madus, man. I love... If you were to ask me what my favorite weapon of war is, it is... I mean, and you didn't say, well, crew served or individual or indirect or any of that stuff. M2 all day long. The M2 heavy barrel 50 caliber machine gun is it's just art in action. Like there's no way. So okay, let me explain this to you guys. Take something that has the reliability of an AK, right? AKs, incredibly reliable weapons, inaccurate as shit, but very, very reliable. And then take the accuracy of like a good high-powered rifle, put them together and make it belt fit. And that's what the M2 heavy barrel 50 caliber machine gun is. Like it fires better dirty, which is a wild idea for most firearms nowadays. The hotter it gets, the better it operates. And the only malfunction I've ever actually seen is a runaway gun, which you have two options with a runaway gun. Either A, you pull a link and you wait till the rounds stop, or B, you just hang on and ride the fucking lightning. Wait till the box ends. I've never actually seen anybody pull a link. You just let it go. You just let it run. Check out some of the latest episodes from Authorized History. 2 bombs were enough. Wow. I will have to look into that. Nox, you'll play the Thunder Screech. You see that? You see that big old fat boy in that little tiny bed? FPV kamikaze drones of the future? I think so, to some aspect. But here's the thing. Things are always changing. Things are always getting better. So eventually they will be kind of pointless. So just like, tanks changed warfare as we knew it in World War One. Airplanes changed warfare as we knew it in World War II, as well as super weapons. Drones are changing things.
Would you intercept
me? We will eventually find something else.
I'd intercept me.
BTW Marduce is 90 years old.
Oh, she's so pretty. I think, yeah, she was introduced in the early 40s. Because the Marine Corps didn't have... Marine Corps is always the last to get anything. I'm sorry, guys. Except for the fucking truck-launched Tomahawk cruise missiles. I don't know why the Marine Corps got those first. That doesn't make any sense. They always get everything last. But anyways, I digress. Yeah, I was just the early 40s, I think. Kid has I got a fever. And the only cure is a J20. Sorry. What are my thoughts about Iron Dome for the U.S.? Okay, so... Yeah, I can say that. All right. We had an issue. We're working on something right now called IFPC, which is Improved Fire Protection Command or something like that. It's the American version of Iron Dome. And it did have some hiccups. And we recommended that the Army purchase an Iron Dome. Because it was a quick stopgap. It was something we could have online today. Because Iron Dome is a very good system. I will never say Iron Dome is not a good system. And it fills a very important gap between like CRAM or CWIZ and Patriot. It fills a very good gap. Now, I'm not saying that gap is still there. We have other systems online that can fill that gap. But in the meantime, it's just easy to buy a system. But when we bought the system, we also told them, nothing against the Israelis. I love my Israeli counterparts. But I, as well as my team, were very uncomfortable integrating a foreign system into American networks because of the potential for insider threat. Nothing against the Israelis, nothing against any of our other allies, but I don't trust nobody. I'm American. So they did purchase 2 batteries. I don't know if they're fully effective yet. I know that they're standing up 1 battery in Joint Base Lewis McChord, I believe. Hold on, my phone's about to go off. More like Patriot, Pact. Ooh, you got to be messing with me, man. Aegis. You didn't even spell PAC right. It's PAC, P-A-C, Patriot Advanced Capabilities. I'm gonna fight you. Been in Boulder for that conference? Ooh, I'm sorry, Pink King. Ooh. Make the M1, the M60, or M48 have an Elvis voice. I like that. You know what's interesting is when I went to basic training or OSIT at Fort Knox when tankers still went there, that was like on the walls that Elvis Presley was a tanker. Make Franklin a Canadian who wants to make the kid creatively Canadian. I think I have a great way of delivering Franklin. You guys are going to find out soon. You guys are going to find out soon. I know you can't say much about U.S. air defense, but may I send you a couple questions over email for a college project I'm working on, things that are classified or I don't need to know because, yes. Trying to think about, dude, Fetch, I would love to help. The problem is I am, for the next 2 weeks, my schedule is completely packed. I got to help out with a training exercise. I got to contact or I got family coming into town. I got to help out with another thing. I got another podcast. Like, I'm all over the damn place. Cough, cough, YF23. For a shirt idea and the kid reffing style. I think I got an idea for my next Franklin shirt. And also, guys, I want you to know I absolutely appreciate your support for the Franklin t-shirts. I know you guys like them. It has been apparent you guys like the Franklin design. So I want to continue to give you amazing designs like that. So thank you guys so much. All right, getting back down to it. Ever heard of the U.S. Coast Guard cutter Icarus? No, actually. I didn't know a cutter took out a fucking U-boat. Got Icarus written down. I said honk. Sorry. Evening from Indiana. It's funny. We had Indiana ever comes up, I have to tell this story. I had a guy. His name was Woodard. I worked with in my last unit, and when we were calling people on the radio, you had to use their battle roster number. And unfortunately, inside my van, the ECS, the Patriot ECS, I didn't have a battle roster. So like I had memorized a few of the numbers, but we were still new there. And every time Woodard would talk about anything, he would compare it to Indiana. It was Indiana this, Indiana that. In Indiana, I did this. In Indiana, it was always about Indiana. So I was on the radio, and I was like, hey, BCP, this is ECS. Can you send me? And I like let go of the mic. And they were like, send you who? And I was like, woo, Indiana. He showed up like 30 seconds later at my van, laughing his ass off. He's like, is that my name now? I was like, bro, I couldn't remember your fucking battle roster number, man. That's all I could give you, dude. Have I seen Brandon Herrera's AK-50? Not in person. Before that video came out, he showed me a picture of it on his phone because a friend of mine was like, hey, when is the AK-50 coming? So I was like, Brandon, I gotta ask, when is it coming? And he was like, oh, I got you. And he showed me a picture of it, and I was like, damn. Can we ask about theoretical sci-fi questions related to military tactics, planet side, and in space? Absolutely. I'll answer whatever I can. I know how to fix those faults in high heat. Lisa Turner, you know which I can never remember where the circuit card is to do the adjustments. I right side third rack, I think. Yeah. AK, the poster child for spray and pray. Yeah. Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me. There's a good reason the M2's been around 90 years. It's just it's artwork. It's beautiful. I love everything about it. Angie B, thank you so much for the support. Mid to late 30s? I stand corrected, Patrick. Thank you. Iron Dome for the U.S. Florida man with a shotgun. Hey, shotguns work, man. Hostler Productions, because Hooked on Phonics. HLC finished another long week at Pepsi. Now working on some railroad equipment in my garage while listening to your live stream. Keep doing you, man. Thank you so much for being here. You know, there's a lot of hobbies I'd like to have. And a friend of mine growing up as a kid, we're not friends anymore, which kind of sucks because he was a really good dude. We just saw things differently in life, and I've tried reaching out to him since then, but he just doesn't want to talk to me. So I really hope that he has the best in his future endeavors, in life. But he had a bitchin' railway set in his basement, man. Like it was like, I mean, everything. He had like a complete like command center, and you could adjust the speed of this track and switch that track. It's all electric, dude. It's fucking tits. I loved it. Is it a good time to join the military? I ship out on the 5th for the Army as a combat engineer. No shit. Hey, congratulations, pro, man. I'm going to give you a couple points here. And here real quick, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to know to be a good combat engineer, okay? Let me get aside here. There you go. That ought to get you to be a good combat engineer. I'm just kidding. I'm just giving you shit. I love combat engineers. They kept me alive. They kept a lot of my friends alive. So I love me some combat engineers, man. with habitual aircraft guesser. Aegis, why you gotta be coming at me like that, man? This is the thing. The military is a great thing regardless of where you're at in your life, because it does give you a lot of life skills, but it kind of opens doors for you. If you want to walk from out of the military into a managerial position, you are responsible for adults who act like fucking children, but adults. That gives you managerial experience, man. Like you get the GI Bill. You get there's so many benefits to join the military. I love the military. It has given me so much in my life. It's also taken a lot from me, but it's given me a lot, man. I love the military, and I would highly encourage it for anybody. Japan just sold America 10 Patriot PAC-3s. This is clear old missiles. So, I don't know. So, I know we have a shit ton of PAC-2s. We've had those things just sitting collecting dust for a long time. PAC-3s are a little bit newer. PAC-3 MSEs, that would make sense. If they were like, hey, we're selling you some MSEs, which stands for Missile Segment Enhancement. It's our newest missile. That would make sense. But PAC-3s, they've been around for 12 to 15, maybe 20 years. They've been around a while. Can't wait to meet Franklin. Franklin's not Canadian. What's with all the adjectives? Do you think Ukraine can win without America's assistance? No, I don't. And that sucks. And I hate that. I fucking hate that. Just European agent. Oh, maybe. Sorry, I should have read the second part first. If just Europe, yeah. Yeah, I think they have enough firepower to do it. I really do. Representation for Franklin. Bro, Smokey and the Bandit is comedy classic. Absolutely. It's fucking wonderful. What up, HLC? If you could explode one thing, consequence-free. That's a really good question. Because, I could take, I could take the high road. I want to get rid of oppression, right? I could blow up oppression. But one thing, consequence-free. Everybody in the world who doesn't know how to use a roundabout. Sorry, I'm picking the low road here. Everyone who doesn't know how to use a fucking roundabout. It's a yield sign. It's not a stop sign. When no one is in there, you don't have to yield to anybody. Jesus Christ, drives me nuts. Did Franklin beat the drop bear? In hindsight, I didn't really think about that one all the way through. So now I gotta come up with an explanation. Hold on. EA6B is the Prowler, predecessor to the Growler. Also, your content becoming to Pepperbox at all. Not yet. Eventually, yes, that's the plan. But right now, I don't have enough time to create content that would justify me having, an exclusionary thing. Because it seems disingenuous just to give you guys the same thing that everyone else gets, while
would you
making it
intercept
paid
me?
for.
I'd intercept me.
Last dono for the week. One last question, HLC. If you could upgrade one thing from the Patriot system, what would it be?
Ooh. I'm trying to think about what we already have upgraded. It's been a few generations since I was on the system. I was in 7.3, but I helped design 8.0 and 8.1. Those are PDB, post-development upgrades. Or post-development build, PDB. Yeah. The generators. The generators on the EPP. I said they work in heat. I didn't say they work for long periods of time. I blew up 2 of those. And when I say blew up, I don't mean I popped a hose or something. No, piston through the side of a block, the size of a softball. Another one, I sent a valve through the top of the valve cover. Rocker arm just snapped off and the push rod just right out. Yeah, that was... When they go big. I would really like to upgrade those motors. Someone said boneless wings are not wings. You can get the fuck out of here, because here's the thing. This is 2024, okay? I'm putting this to bed. I'm putting this to rest right now. You just pick something that I am passionate about right now. I got wingtism. People are like, oh, you like chicken nuggets. No, I don't like my food with obstacles in it. It's 2024. Why do you want to chew meat off of something? Now, T-bone, I can kind of get behind that a little bit, but I don't want to do it 30 times. No, just give me the thing, dip it in the sauce, down the hatch, I got shit to do. Fight me. Imagine that versus the Patriot. It depends on the level of work. Like, the level of electronic warfare is capable of. Because ribs. Shit, alright. I didn't even think about ribs. Ribs is a solid... I fucking love ribs. Damn. Killing me. The Navy's looking at developing a stealth air supremacy aircraft because NGAD is shelved. Name unknown. Really? I mean, right now they use the F-35, the multi-role F-35. And I think the only reason the NGAD is shelved is really just cost analysis. It's cheaper to upgrade the F-22, which is still leaps and bounds ahead of the competition, than it is to just work, a new design. What is my unbiased opinion of the Mi-24 Hind helicopter? I think it is a phenomenal air platform. It is a powerful air platform. It is resilient. Downside is it's pretty dated. If it got upgraded with modern like radar, weapon systems, lock capability, like stuff like that, it would easily be comparable to an AH-64 Apache attack helicopter. But because it is so far electronically left in the past, the Apache is going to fucking body it all day long. What would Maduse's voice be? I already did Maduse's voice once upon a time. I did
Get your fat ass over here, Chris.
That's what I did. Why is the world so scary right now? Bro, I don't know. I want off this ride. Damn it, I thought you were about to pull out your little missile. Took over the CU Boulder with over 6,500 people. Minus my brain cell, I don't know what. What? Every live sending love to my Lady Marines. HLC, if you remember me from the last live, one of my bloodhounds, I have found an Alzheimer's patient that was lost to. That's awesome! The supporting cast, I usually remember like the pictures. I'm sorry, I'm not remembering this one. I'm so sorry, but that is awesome. That is phenomenal. You get some horns right there. Absolutely phenomenal work. Thanks for saying the thing. Next to Grandpa Buff, obviously played a lot of Ace Combat. Somebody got me was it Nuclear Option? I played it for like 20 minutes and I was like, I need something else. How many Patriot Pak Tuas are there? Now I need to make that a meme. Enemy missile inbound, you give them that Pak Tua. Oh man. Oh shit. Knox, I love you, dude. You smell like buttfoot. No, stay. You're fine, dude. You're fine. Oh my god. Oh my, that's so bad. I love it. I love every part of it. Hold up, if Russia wants to take territories once part of Russia, Fort Ross. I don't know. Like, I can theorize why they would want it, but like at this point, there's so much loss on the Russian side. It doesn't make any sense aside from hubris. Like originally, I was like maybe they want the food because Ukraine has a lot of grain, and that would give them another controlling ability over grain. I thought maybe it was uranium or something like that. Like none of that. Like, but now like the cost is not worth it. So now I feel like they're pushing on just because of one man's hubris. I really think so. It's wild. I cast upon the MSEs your pack 2. Sees your pack 2. What? Oh, damn it. I'm trying to catch back up. Oh my gosh. I had a job that would fire people by saying, we want you to be successful, but successful somewhere else. That's actually kind of cool because I've written a couple letters of recommendation for people who got out of the military on good terms. And I always told them, I was like, look, man, a good leader, and I don't consider myself a good leader, but I try and always, follow that. I'm like, a good leader wants you to be successful everywhere you go. A bad leader just wants you to be successful where they're at. Access to C2 BMC? Right now, no. Eventually. I have almost no experience with C2 BMC. Look up the story of Second Mother HFY. I will look it up. I don't know if HFY is how it's supposed to be Second Mother. Bro, do you have a dog? I got 2 dogs. The mouse. What? The mouse? What? Franklin got rabies and gave it to the 22. We now have a rabbit F-22. Jeez. I'm literally walking through the woods training a new bloodhound pup watching HLC. That's awesome. I'm glad you found that Alzheimer's patient. That's fucking great, man. All right. Ohio Supreme Court has ruled that boneless wings can contain bones. We're gonna fight. You guys are all pushing my buttons here. Were you in the infantry? If so, what division? Oh, so I was in an infantry unit when I was a tanker. I was a 19 kilo. I wasn't really much of one. I shot like 1.5 tank gunneries. 9 months prior to Afghanistan, they took away my tank, handed me an M14 EBR, sent me through a designated marksman's course, and I walked everywhere in Afghanistan. Half of my platoon was infantry because the way it was, we were combined arms battalion, 2 platoons of infantry, 2 platoons of armor, and then 1 forward support company. Not platoons. 2 companies of infantry, 2 companies of armor, and 1 forward support company. Wow. So what they did is infantry companies are fucking huge because an infantry platoon is like 40 guys, something like that. Armor platoons are very small. They're only 16 people per because you have 4 tanks. 4 tanks, 4 times 4 is 16, right? We're mathing here. At least I think that's right. I don't math in public. But each platoon is really small. So what they did is they took 1 platoon from Alpha Company and gave it to Charlie Company. And they took 1 platoon from Bravo Company and gave it to Delta Company. I was in Delta Company. So they plussed us up with a bunch of infantry guys. So half of my platoon was infantry. But I was in the 4th Infantry Division. 1st Brigade Combat Team, 122 Infantry. 122 doesn't exist anymore. They reflagged. They're now 4-9, I think. There's a hot dog, a taco, or a sandwich. Look, man, I don't need existential questions here on the street. I have no idea. I'm going to call it a sandwich. We're going with sandwich. Never mind, he's not live, but you should absolutely watch him. Normally play with him, but he only gets 1 to 2 viewers per stream, which sucks, but he's pretty good. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. You're talking about somebody. Was Herbert the pervert? Yes. Boneless wings are not legally boneless. Don't you know? Can we get a Greenland character? If I ever had news, so like a lot of people, they're like, hey, I want news about insert country here. If there's news about it, I'll bring it up. I'll try. I'm not great at every single voice. They do the Israeli one. It's just it's killing me. Glue for brains. What is up?
I'd intercept.
Let me hear it.
Good chance he means humanity. Yeah, short stories. They all take some mundane part of the human existence and describes it in extreme terms. Such as we eat pain juice because we like the hurt. Hot sauce, yay.
I don't think I fully understood that, but I'm going to get down to it. Don't worry, glue for brains. I got you. Are boneless wings still wings or chicken strips? They're still wings. They're just wings without obstacles. Did I hear about the study that may have found quantum effects in the brain? No. I did hear years ago they actually made a CPU with human brain cells because apparently human brain cells can compute information at like crazy high speeds, like petabytes per second, which is wild. Boneless wings are made from boob meat. Real wings are made dark meat and far superior. No, they're not. No. Because bone-in wings are made from flats and drums, which are both part of a chicken wing. Don't you be playing that on me. And chicken wing is white meat. Yeah, I used to work at KFC. Wings, breasts are white meat. Drums, thighs are dark meat. I feel like I'm missing one. It's been 17 years since I worked at KFC, but I remember it. What's the deal with low IQ protesters loving to point Palestine and Iran allowing? I don't know. I mean, Iran was very progressive prior to their Islamic Revolution in the 70s. But I mean, I think that would be a good point to point out in general. I'm not sure what we get now. What's my favorite sausage Chick-fil-A? Buffalo, all day long. How many F-22s did it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? If you tell me I can intercept the center of that Tootsie Pop, just one. Paktua t-shirt. I kind of want to make a Paktua t-shirt. That's that's. Oh man, I'm making a meme. I'm memeing that immediately. Waffle House parking lot rules, HLC. Whoa, you want to go? Serious question. Want to be a 19 kilo? What do I need to get on the ASVAB, and what are the requirements? Ooga Wooga. I don't remember the ASVAB requirements. Back in the day, I scored like a 54. Now I have a much higher one because I actually like gave a shit this time that I took it. My GT back then was like a 102, and now it's a 121. GT is really all the thing that matters. Physically able, you need to be able to get a secret clearance because tankers have secret clearances. Ironic. And then I believe the cap is like 6'4". You can't be taller than 6'4". Because you won't fit. Homie, I'm 6'2", and I struggled. Whenever I add an E2D Hawkeye character, better be Goth Girl. E2D. I don't know. Aegis, I don't get the joke. I don't get the joke. Alright, there we go. Good chance he means humanity, F yeah. Short stories. They all take some mundane part of human existence and describes in extreme terms, such as... Is that like some of the stories that I've seen, like, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Sometimes I scroll TikTok and I get to these things. It's like a Minecraft dude jumping in the background, and it's always like a Reddit story about like how humans are badass in like alien battle and shit. I love it. I love it. Did deployment to Iraq with Bravo Company 404 ASB 4th Brigade. Okay, you guys were. I stood up 1st Brigade on Fort Carson in 2009. Oh my god. Once you eat the hot dog, you become the hot dog. Technically, yeah. Boneless wings are just adult chicken nuggies. Dude, fight me. Dark meat is really good. So, like, at a lot of the Asian places, for some reason, like, you go get fried chicken anywhere. Most of the time, it's like white meat. But like in like Asian places, when you get like a grilled chicken or fried chicken, it's dark meat, and I love that shit. I cast upon thee. You robbed a Canadian maple syrup. Good luck. We stop saying sorry. What's up, Robin St. Pierre, man? I'm sorry, I haven't had a chance to look at the 30-3. I remember I mentioned that to you earlier. Now you want Taco Bell KFC? Buffalo is so trash. Apple pie, we will fight. Trim or the other person? I don't follow. Heard the fight between Franklin and the Drop Bear was called a draw after they got some hits and pulled knives on each other. You know, I may bring that up. I mean, you know, I may do something like that. Hold on. Do I think there's a chance we go to war with Iran in the coming few years? Yes, I think it's very plausible. But Iran... Okay, I don't want to get political. I really don't like getting political, but this is the way I look at both of our current contenders, Republican or Democrat, right? I'm not going to say names, but like if one side, I'm going to say, right, one side wins, Ukraine will fall. Absolutely. But the Middle East will learn very quickly why we're at the top of the food chain. The other side wins, Ukraine has a chance at life, as long as they keep fighting tooth and nail. But the Middle East is going to continue to stay on their fuck shit. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. I wish that we were unified in solidarity and just decided that we will not back down. Like, to me, anytime I hear somebody say, like, oh, we shouldn't be there, we shouldn't be fighting, we shouldn't be doing this or that when it comes to Ukraine, to me, that comes across as I am a coward against Russia. That's just the way I perceive it. Nothing against anyone who feels that way. That's just the way I perceive it. And I grew up understanding that Russia does not like the United States. Well, not the people. The people really don't care too much. But the politicians, the people in charge, don't really like Americans too much. And I can't imagine, after years of telling them we're not backing down, to finally say, okay. So, someone said secret clearance is not too hard. No, you just have to know everywhere you've lived for the last 10 years, all your family members, siblings, parents. Like, I know secret is pretty easy to get. Top secret, that one's a different one. They come and interview your friends and talk to people who know you and scope out like your social media accounts. I will never get a top secret. I know for a fact I won't. Number one, because of my social media presence, and number two, I'm related to felons. Nothing personal, but yeah. I do think it's very plausible because, and here's why. It's not because of anything that happened real recently. It was actually a while ago. Iran has always been very willing to throw money at their bad guys, like their cronies, their terrorists. But recently is the first time we saw Iran get directly involved. And previously, if Iran got directly involved, it was going to turn out very bad for them. And this time it didn't. They threw attacks directly at Israel. So that's a significant escalation in my book. Just like the cheesecake debate, I'll weigh in as a former chef. Hot dogs are subs. I like that. Having long roll sandwiches need 2 pieces of bread. Tacos need to be in a tortilla. Subtle difference. Devin, this man out here, fucking, we're getting there. What else do I need to do? Because I really want that MOS. Sorry for the constant question. I honestly don't know, man. What I would highly recommend you do, Ooga Wooga, is contact a recruiter. And I'm not, like, this is the thing. Recruiters can't lie. Like, people are like, oh, the recruiter's going to lie to you. No, man. Recruiters cannot lie. They will lose their job. They will lose everything. And you're not worth that to them. Nothing personal. Why don't I search 30-3 Lab? Okay, let me look up this 30-3. I tell you what, because I've been dragging my feet. We'll look it up. The 30-3 Springfield 7.62 by 6.5, that's a huge shell, was a short-lived cartridge developed by the United States in 1903 to replace the 30-40 Krag and the new Springfield 1903 rifle. The 30-03 was called the 30-45. 45 grain, 2.9 grain, or gram, powder charge. The name was changed to 30-3 to indicate the year of adoption. So it was a... It was pretty much a 30-06 with a 45. That's what I'm getting out of this. It was a 30-06 with a 45 caliber bullet. That's what I get. First super chat. Thank you so much, Tristan. I'm gonna give you some horns. Anyway, USS Bed Museum Navy. You're not wrong. Midway and Iowa's also XB-70 Valkyrie and B-36 Peacemaker are 2 of the coolest bombers. Sorry, Buff.
Listen, I understand exactly where I came from. It took years of getting it almost right to come up with Grandpa Buff. But I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna be the Centennial Bomber.
Love the show, man. Shit has me laughing my ass off and learning. Thank you so much, my dude. Don't bring SMP wings into this. That MSG fire. I don't know if I'm familiar with SMP wings. You made it to the stream? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alcoholism is on the left. Depression is on the right. Be careful you don't trip and fall into any feelings. I used to say that all the time. I stopped. I don't know why. Don't know why, but I do think the XF-84 Thunder Screech would just be screaming like the cicada character. The cicada was Mrs. Linecross's idea. She's like, you should just have a cicada screaming. I'm like, okay. If you like pineapple on pizza, you intentionally drop the soap in the group shower. Oh,
Would you intercept me?
Daddy Rob is here.
I'd intercept me.
I have a question. What does Franklin look like? Does he walk on 4 legs or 2 like a furry? Buff or slender? Mean, nice or F-22? Sorry, I have been working late hours.
You're good, Rob. You're good. Thank you so much for being here, my dude. I have not revealed Franklin yet. Look, I didn't know Frank. Like, I had to kind of not backpedal, but I had to like plan because, you know, I made that joke about like months ago about the chicken nugget. People kept mentioning it, so I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna keep mentioning this raccoon. Let's go ahead and bring it up again. So I did. And then I gave him a name. I want you to know, I didn't plan that name. I really didn't. I was like in character as the F-22, and I was like, his name's Franklin, and he's family. And it just came out, and I was like, okay, he's Franklin now. That's what he is. So I know, but I don't want to give too much away yet. Not yet. Is it? We are at an hour, so of course he gets a treat. Come on up. Here, let's see if we can hear his jowls snap closed. I'm gonna turn up the gain. You might be able to hear if I throw it to him. Ready? I don't know if you guys heard that. Help your sister out. She just coughed up one, dude. Putin waited until the American people were war weary. Yeah. I do believe that when we walked away from those long conflicts, they being a garrison style military is kind of yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan. We make things really difficult for no apparent reason. I just posted that wiki page link in your Discord. We got there. Let me see. Ages. Hold on. Recruiters can't lie now? No, recruiters cannot lie. Bro said I would love it. Okay. Hold on. They can't say, like, you're going to get this job and you get a different job. Like, that, they'll lose their job. They can't say, like, hey, just lie about this. They'll lose their job. But they can be like, yeah, dude, it's a great job. And depending on, experiences may vary. And to them, they may not be a lie. To you, yeah, may be the furthest thing from the truth. My stance on any war is just let the military do war. Bingo. Keep politics out of it and let our boys and girls get it done. Also, China has superior air defense. F-22 Raptor stands no chance. Okay, if you say so. I would like to know which system, because I did just break down, USA versus China. And I would very much like to know which system is going to drop the 22. If I knew they didn't lie, I'd have been a fighter pilot. I was told I was too short. Oh, yeah. I've never heard of them lie about a height requirement. I hate that Navy sold USS Kitty Hawk for a penny. The Shitty Kitty. My brother was on the Shitty Kitty. And that's the only reason I know it by that name. But he was on the Kitty Hawk for like fucking 8 years. Now I'm getting hungry. Buff making fun of how I talk. My bad. Texas Roadhouse, it's alright. It's alright. You ever watch a Vet TV recruiter series? So I did. I watched a couple of those, and then I also watched Checkpoint Charlie. I like Checkpoint Charlie more than I like the rest of them. I've talked to Donnie and John before. When I'm out, I don't mind going out there and maybe like guest starring and some stuff just for shits and gigs. But yeah, so I just got to Rob's. Rob, you're not getting it. I'm not going to tell you. Now, everyone's getting the reveal of Franklin the exact same. And I finally dialed in exactly how I'm going to deliver it. Yeah. What are your thoughts on attack tonight? There's an attack right now. What attack? Hey, I just swiped over to my news. It says Army awards Raytheon $2 billion to begin LTAM's production. Ooh! Hey, this is good news. We actually just talked about this. I was scrolling down. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, he revokes the plea deal for accused September 11th plotters. For once, the government did something. Holy shit. HLC have considered joining CAF. I believe it's Canadian Air Force, because I feel I get drawn into war and I want to avoid getting drafted into a role I don't want. Thoughts? Everyone joins the military for different reasons. The people who join nowadays join for different reasons than me. I joined in 2009 because I watched September 11th happen. I was an angry kid. I wanted to see what war looked like. And that's so stupid in hindsight. Like in now, like it just doesn't. Why did I want that? Right? Like it's so just wild. But back then, I mean, I was angry. I wanted to go and experience it. I wanted, I believed all the bullshit. We'll just say it as is. And I got enough war to last a lifetime. So I'm good on that. So yeah. No one attacks during the Olympics, right? Russia wasn't invited to the Olympics, right? If I'm remembering correctly. Franklin is now canon. He is. If I eliminate Franklin in any way, y'all are going to cancel me. I know, like, there's nothing I can do. Franklin will have to continue to be a part of this channel no matter what. We are the 9/11 generation everyone wanted to go defend. You're not wrong. I remember my brother joined, like, the year after 9/11. He joined in 2002. He just retired, like 21 years or some shit, 22 years. Yeah. What is the most unusual payload buff dropped? I don't know. I kind of want to look into that. For all I know, I think that Buff has only ever dropped training and live ammo. I don't know. We need a Franklin plushie. I'm working on it. Working on it. Franklin is Rocket's dad. So here's the thing with Rocket. I don't mind you guys making that comparison. But for branding reasons and, of course, trademark, I got to be very careful about how, I can't use like a picture of Rocket to describe Franklin. So I got to be just for me not wanting to go to, jail or have to pay a hefty fine. I guess better late than shoot. Hey, what's up, Patriot System? Welcome back, my dude. You wanted vengeance like the rest of us. Yeah. Yeah, sure, you're not wrong. Prior Navy and the amount of people that tell me they're scared of China's Navy, then I hit them with, yeah, because we don't count every canoe in our Navy. Yeah. Like, this is the thing, guys. You got to understand, they don't have a good blue water Navy. They don't. They just don't. They can't power project like we can. They don't have the logistics infrastructure we do. They don't have the long range detection, strike, and fucking support capabilities we do. It's just, I was reading something that said that like they should have struck Taiwan, but now that we're on to them, they can't attack Taiwan because they're gonna get fucking rocked. So I'm yeah. Dog chumming. What is he doing? Oh, he was over there. Blah, blah, blah. Russian athletes were invited, but not the country. Got it. I was raised that way. It was expected of me. I'm working on the Franklin plushie. That was your patriotism that made you join, bro. 80s kids lived through one long recruitment video. Not wrong, man. Oh, I saw the Turkish guy in the pistol shooting competition. Like, he just, yeah. I love it. The meme lords. The meme lords. Sorry, I'm just catching up here. Rocket is cool as a fan. Franklin needs an F-22 helmet. Working on it. They may have a lot of Navy, but not a good Navy. No, yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't think people realize, like, the sheer power that an American, like, carrier battle group brings to the table. And I'm not like, that's not me just like beating my chest because I'm American. Like, if anyone else in the world brought that to the table, it would be like, holy shit. Like, one carrier battle group. Now, they're all configured a little bit differently, but like, you have the carrier, obviously. It's just like 6,000 people or some crazy fucking number on board, right? I'm just pulling these numbers out of my ass, but it's a large number. I know for a fact, though, they can purify over 250,000 gallons of seawater a day. Over that, right? The only reason they have to like get resupplied is because people are on board. Like, that's the major Achilles heel for an aircraft carrier, is that people need to eat food, right? And then they have subs with them. They have fucking amphibious assault ships. They have DDGs, the destroyers. They have fucking usually one or two Ticonderoga class cruisers with them. They have all sorts of crazy shit, and there's so many of them. They can support each other. They're dynamic. They can fill so many roles simultaneously. It's such a wild concept. It is like the entirety of a military installation floating on an ocean. Like, that's really what it is. You can fucking glass a country in a nuclear fallout and do your taxes on the same boat. It's fucking crazy, man. The next Buff show should be the Buff talking about war movies. That's actually not a half bad idea. I need to do another Buff show. It didn't do well, but I enjoyed making it. Cinnamon apple pie. Cinnamon be where it at. Respect our naval and air force crew have for the... No, just absolutely. I'm not saying like, no, they're not a pushover. China is by no means a pushover. They have a damn good Navy. They have like one of the biggest ones next to us by tonnage. They're bigger than us by ship numbers. But yeah, no, you're absolutely correct, Aegis. I feel like Franklin should wear a bandana, Rambo style. Maybe we can make that happen. A Mandalorian or Russian soldier? Mandalorian all day long. All day long. You need to listen to a man named Peter Zehan. Let us design rock. You want to design Franklin, Rob? Franklin plushie holding an F-22 while eating a chicken nugget. Take my money. there's all those aspects will be in the Franklin plushie. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up here. What's the deal with U.S. Western military and other versus other military videos? It's like to them, the only thing bad about the U.S. military is how woke. So here's the thing. The woke ideology is the best thing they can do. It really is. It makes them look powerful while discrediting a foreign military, right? But if you look further, this is the way I look at it. What I look at when I see, that's their one go-to, and it's based out of ignorance. Because when someone's like, oh, the woke agenda, what I see is me and my soldiers. We understand each other. They're not hiding who they are from me. I'm not hiding who I am from them, right? That builds trust. Trust is the bedrock of our profession. These guys are being as tough as they can and karate chopping bricks. Does that make you any more trustworthy? Does that make you any more proficient at your job? Does that make you a better shot? Does that make you bulletproof? No, it doesn't. It doesn't do fucking any of that. So the one thing they try and poke fun at is because they just do it on the internet. They won't do it to our face. Like, can you imagine Russians floating out there in the middle of the ocean and saying, come on, America, bring it on. I know you're a wuss because you allow gays in the military. We'd laugh at them. We'd be like, okay, another coral reef coming right up. Like, they know they can't stand toe-to-toe with us. So, of course, they go for the one thing they can. And it just confirms their bias the way they want to hear it. Have I thought about doing George Patton-type voice for a character? Yes. I've considered him and Arlie Ermy. I've been working on several different voices. Not there yet. If you let us design Franklin, we'll give you not only the art, but no strings attached on how you use it. Rob, are you in my Discord? Shoot me a DM. Let me know it's you. Because I have like 150,000 fucking DM requests. But shoot me a DM. Let me know it's you. We'll talk. I'm not opposed to it. I mean, and I'm willing to pay people for their artwork. That's not a problem. I have numerous bluey charges on my card, kid. The YF-23.
Listen, I know you're upset that they picked me over you. Some people said you're the superior aircraft, but we know that I am because I was the one that was picked. Part of superiority is also cost association, so get bent, you fucking fossil.
I'm sorry. My opinion, none Luger screwed over Ukraine. I don't know enough about the details back then, but absolutely. What about the USS Texas? I brought in the Texas for one video way back when. I did the one where it fucking, yeeted. There's a Discord? There is a Discord. I don't care what two consenting adults do to in their room together. Bingo. SSGNs, yep, those are the, hold on, I looked up that acronym. Something guided nuclear, fuck, that's gonna drive me nuts. Can carry over 150 Tomahawks, yep. Exactly, Robert G. I'm telling you, the fucking naval power is just, it's nuts, man. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the Army. I love what I do. But, like, the sheer just, Jesus, like, the amount of firepower that some of the other branches have. Like, I love the Army. And we're very good at what we do. You put a couple of infantry battalions out there, we're going to get the job done. We are absolutely going to get the fucking job done. But when I see, like, when the enemy, like, especially submarines are such a power projection tool. Like, every time somebody who's a near peer gets froggy, we surface like 3 of them off their coast. Just like, so you know. And then we just send them on their way and they disappear. Like, it's just, it's such a wild thing. We've done that to China. We've done that to Russia. I want to say they've done that to Iran, but I don't know about the Iranian one. But I know 3 of them surfaced off of China in like 2019 or something. And then 2 of them, no, maybe it was 1. One of them surfaced in the Baltics near Russia when Russia was fucking with like Norway or something. I can't remember, but yeah. I don't have Discord. I do have an I do have an email address and yearning to have a voice for the Hummer. What do I think of the ADX and ATP? Supposed to be lighter and tougher. ADX and ATP. I'm not familiar with what those are. Hold on. Now go back to my Google because Daddy Rob's here. I'm not seeing ADX ATP. I'm sorry. I'm trying to stay with it. Daddy Rob is in here. I'll see your stuff, Rob. You're still a mod. Chat, what's our opinions on pizza? It's delicious. Have I watched the Hype Ops video on the S400? I have not seen a Hype Ops video on it, but I know, again, they're beating their chest about shit that doesn't fucking, like, matter. You know, and it's funny. So right now Russia is claiming that they hit 3 Patriot, they're saying Patriot batteries. They took out 3 Patriot batteries. The probability of that is so low just because of how spaced out a Patriot unit can be. Could they have hit launchers? Yes. Could they have hit a radar? Yes. I haven't seen any video evidence. Usually when Russia does something and they can confirm it, they're like, here's the video. I haven't seen any video. I haven't seen any photos. I haven't seen anything. Russia made that claim. But right now, Russia has lost tens of billions of dollars in equipment at the hands of Patriot. I'd say that's an investment, like a solid investment. Like it did what it was supposed to do. If you won't take me, maybe Poland will.
You son of a bitch, come and let me out. Let's go together.
Oh, man. Hope I didn't miss Rob. I'm trying to see if Rob says anything. Rob. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Oh, my old email that I don't really use anymore. My old fucking Rob, let me know it's you. It's let me pull it up here real quick. Okay, I'm gonna type it in here. Rob, this is for you. There we go. Ah. There we go. That's for you, Rob. We have operations down here in OZ. Where the hell's OZ? The kid in the Eurofighter crash. You mind telling us what the kid was doing? I heard about the Eurofighter crash. I'm glad he's okay. From what I heard about the Eurofighter crash, it was just a brief pause in the training exercise, and the pilot's fine. He ejected.
Listen, they told me that I was supposed to keep up foreign relations, so of course I had to try and intercept them. It's not my fault they couldn't pull out of that tailspin.
Because I'm about to stop saying sorry. Bro's got the AOL on deck. Don't you judge me! It forced Ukraine to give up their Tu-22 bombers. Really? I know that there was some kind of agreement we had with them where they denuclearized in like, we promised to take care of them. It was like back in the early 90s. The best defense against drones a civilian can get is steel turkey shot. No, you're not wrong. I mean, it's effective. It is cheap. It's effective. Unless you want to build your own signal jammer, which supposedly you can do on the internet. I've never tried it. I'm a little late. If I missed anything, can we restart? So, Stuart, no, we're not going to restart, but I'm glad you're here. No, it's okay. We're talking about just everything going on in the world, man. Thank you so much for being here. Is that for Discord? No. What is Discord? What's the Discord HLC if I'm allowed to join? It's just 18 and up. That's the only thing. The rule of the Discord is 18 and up, and it's nothing. It's not like we're posting bad shit in there. It's just we've had some issues with younger people in the past, and it's nothing against you guys. It's just, before we get in there and start having conversations, we should be at a little bit higher level of maturity. Nothing personal. It's just, something me and the mods came to as an agreement. It's to protect us and protect you. Hangers open, turn off your transponder.
Well, I'll be. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Oh my god, M.I. Thank you so much, my dude. If the Humvee gets a voice, it has to scream and leak. What I wanted to do for the Humvee, I wanted to do two things for the Humvee. One of them was Arlie Ermy, which didn't work. Wolfram, why are you spamming, bro? Oh, no, it's okay. F-22 is going to keep foreign relations with Scotland. I haven't had Scotland in a while. Best signal jammer, tinfoil hat. Facts. Wait. HLC actual, Felix 6 checking in as fragged. Good comms. Got you. Got you, Lima Charlie. Should do a Mike Tyson character. Is there a delay on this? No, I'm kind of behind. I'm trying to catch up. What is up, F14? Good to have you here, my dude. M4 Sherman gang. I do love me a good Sherman. Got a microwave. You have the beginnings for a jammer. Also might give you some radiation, but only in small amounts. Radiation's not bad. Most of it. I mean, some of it. C-band. Anyways, it's not bad. Just makes you taste pennies and you feel like all the cells in your body are dancing. Not a big deal. 4th Combat Aviation. I saw that. There's like a, I believe it's Butts Army Airfield at Fort Carson. The storm like flipped a couple of their Blackhawks, which is nuts, man. The hats are my favorites, then Poland. How about Randy Savage for the Humvee? So, Randy Savage ended up being the Apache. And I reached out to Angry Cops and I was like, hey, do you want to be an Apache for me? He's like, yeah, can I do it as Randy Savage? And I said, absolutely. And he crushed it. He also did a really good Canadian accent. If you look through my videos, there's one called Angry Chops. And that was him, Angry Cops, as the Apache. Chat our opinion on the Pershing family of tanks. I do love me a good Pershing. It's a fun name to say. You should do Larry the Cable Guy for the Humvee. I mean, Florida's kind of that, you know. Well, hey, I ain't gonna tell you how all that does. M4A3, sexiest tank of all time. That's the one with the 105, isn't it? Hummer should be played by someone who breaks down a lot. HLC is Project Wingman better than Ace Combat or vice versa? I have never played either. That's my fault. You know what's interesting is I make these videos about aircraft, but I don't play a lot of aircraft video games. This is the thing, guys. I do fly. There's one video game I fly in, and you guys may not know this. I actually have an organization. It's in my Discord. I haven't played with them in a while. I've been just busy as all shit. Like literally as soon as I get off here tonight, I gotta get more stuff ready for tomorrow. I play Star Citizen. And I'm a damn good pilot in Star Citizen. You know who's not a good pilot in Star Citizen? Well, he's gotten better. One of my buddies, Tiger Teal. There was a video, a clip. You may be able to still find it on his YouTube, I think. It was like a shorts. I was standing on a platform on some planet, and he was like, hey, I'll bring the Hercules to come and pick you up, because we were going to go like do some cargo missions. I like menial shit. I don't like sweaty shit. And I was standing there, and I was seeing him come in, and I was just like watching like 5 kilometers, 4 kilometers. And I was like, he's coming in kind of hot. And I like said it, I was like, you might want to slow down. And right as I said it, he flew over top of me and crashed into the mountain behind me, and the ship blew up. Oh shit, man. I was like, Till, you might want to slow down. I was like, oh shit. Why does Army have Patriots and not Air Force? That's actually a wonderful question. I don't have an answer for you. I really don't. If in most countries, it's a function of the Air Force. Like Ukraine, it's Air Force guys who run the Patriot system. For some reason, we leave it with the Army. And I think it's because of where we came from. So, little history lesson. So, air defense artillery started out as anti-aircraft artillery, which started out as coastal defense artillery. Now, coastal defense artillery were often revered as some of the best shooters in the field artillery because they had to fire in 3 dimensions, right? Because boats go close, far, and up and down on the ocean. So, if you were coastal defense, you really had to be a good shot. So, World War I came around, and there was these air things up there, right? And they're like, oh shit, we got to learn to shoot these down. So then... I think it was around the 1920s or 30s, coastal defense artillery branched off on their own and they became anti-aircraft artillery. And it's like, oh shit, okay, so anti-aircraft artillery stuck around all through World War II, and then in 1964, 68, they became air defense artillery, and they just stayed with the Army the entire time for some reason. I doesn't really make sense to me, but some of the higher levels of air defense is ran by the Air Force, like SMDC, Space Missile Defense Command. It is an Army command, but there's a lot of Air Force and Space Force personnel there. Hope that makes sense. Are you afraid of the state of the world right now? I wouldn't say afraid. The way I'm looking at the world right now is I'm kind of just... I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed that there's so many people in charge that haven't learned from history, and there's so many young people who think they have. Like, you know, one of the common things is, why is it our fault? Why is it our problem? Why do we need to be, you know, why do we need to be the world police? Well, historically speaking, every time the United States entered into isolationism, a world war broke out. We tried staying out of World War I. They sank the Lusitania. We tried staying out of World War II. Pearl Harbor. We tried isolating. We tried fucking just backing off on our own. And no. Now, granted, yeah, we were kind of like helping our allies with weapons and shit, but we always tried to be nice. And it always pulled us in, man. I get a kick out of seeing me play VR. I do have a VR. I have a Quest 3, but I just mainly play like Beat Saber with the wife. I play the shit out of some Beat Saber. I should play that maybe later on tonight. Mrs. Linecrosser, if you're watching, you should charge the VR. Let's play some Beat Saber. See if maybe there's some new music packs they've made. Does Jordan quickly becoming Poland in the Middle East? And I saw that. I was actually very surprised by that. So I've spent time in Jordan. I will say out of all of the Middle Eastern countries I've been to, they are probably the second least developed. Nothing against Jordanians, but like Afghanistan, Jordan, right? Then you got like Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain, UAE. UAE is probably the most like developed, like westernized country over there. Bahrain's not far below that though. Bahrain's pretty westernized. Saudi Arabia and Kuwait both are still kind of further down, mainly because they're very religion based. Nothing personal. I don't got no problem with Islam, but they're religious based governments, and they don't allow like alcohol. There's a lot of freedoms that people don't have. That's why they're a little bit further down the totem pole. But it's interesting. Jordan is not a very developed country, but they are adamant about like, we're on this side, and doesn't matter what you say, I will fight you. And I'm pretty impressed with the Jordanians, I will say. Stick my mic in my pants. That's an interesting one. I'll be honest, I really wanted DeSantis to win. He doesn't want to be in war. Or the blank check. Doesn't want to be a total isolationist. We need to be involved. And I hate saying that. I hate, you know, can't we all just be friends? I wish. Do you realize if we could put aside our differences and like come together as a species, you know how many cures to diseases we'd have at this point? Do you know, we would be colonizing Mars right now. We would be doing that. We would have several bases on the moon, because it takes a lot of resources to leave our gravity here, but it doesn't take as many to leave the moon. So once we got shit set up there, we'd start building on the moon to go other places. We would be so far ahead. HLC, true or false, most of the world's military would get owned by the combined force of the U.S. Coast Guard and New York Police Department. Well, it depends on your definition of most. Because some people consider most anything over 50%. And there's a lot of small countries out there who either A, don't have an air force at all, or B, they have like a helicopter. So air power is really easy to get. And their amount of equipment and weapons, or there's some countries that don't, you know, really don't have much of a military like at all. I mean... We do just have a lot of shit, man. We just got a lot of shit. Beat Saber with the wife, sure. Why can't... Oh, yeah, I already got that. Cinnamon pretzels are better than salted. Whoa, apple pie. You, get out. You're banned. No, I'm just kidding. But still, that's gross. So an A174 being the SM-6, let's put a Patriot and THAAD missiles on planes. Okay. I've not seen the new vid, but I when I talked to Brandon last time, I did see the AK-50. P4X Storm Compact, ever shot one? If so, opinions. I have never fired. Nothing personal. I'm not a huge, it's not interesting. I'm not a huge gun guy. Like, I have a few guns. Yes, I like guns. I like, for me, I just buy other dumb shit. Like, I have a motorcycle, right? I ride a motorcycle. I have a nice kayak I go fishing on. I got a nice lifted truck. It's just teach their own. That's kind of where mine's at. How about a Ric Flair voice? So you want a Patriot, reasonable, because a Patriot is roughly the size of an SM-6. They're about 3,000 pounds and 16 feet long. Patriot missile, plausible. Yeah, but the juice ain't really worth the squeeze there, because they require TVM slots, kind of their entire. Well, I mean, I guess so does the AIM 174. I mean, if you have one, you wouldn't need another. And I think the SM-6 has a further range than the Patriot missile. THAAD, on the other hand, that's a big, fast, powerful missile to strap down. That's like we're gonna strap a Minuteman II to the bottom of a fucking F-18. That's whew. Pearl Harbor was not the reason we got into World War II. Someone's locking the F-22 was. Rob, I like it, man. Have I ever heard of the Lockheed CL-1201? I have not. I'm not great with a ton of aircraft. Trash Panda visits Skunkworks, coming back looking Predator with a jetpack. Rob is very smart. My grandfather was in the 442nd. I have immense respect for the Army and the military as a whole. Do you think we get involved in Venezuela? I don't know. So I was trying to read about Venezuela. I literally Googled, like, what is going on in Venezuela? It's one person got elected, and they think the other person won, but I don't know whose team we're on. Russia's on one team, we're on another team. I don't know. Venezuela's kind of been in a lot of trouble on their own without us. I don't know. I don't think we'll get involved in Venezuela. I really don't. They got their own problems. So I don't know. I just don't know enough about it. HLC is my spirit animal. Been saying this shit for years. Well, I'm going to be your spirit animal. I don't know why I went for the kid's voice. I'm going to be your spirit animal. EU came together. We have no borders and no wars. You're not wrong. It's so wild, man, that we just can't put aside our stuff as a species. Still got some military packing. Yeah. So they got a whole bunch of, like, they have old tanks. They don't have Patriot. So, okay. They do have Patriot, but it's our Patriot. It's not theirs. They asked us, which is weird because most countries, I don't know if you guys know this, most countries in the Middle East that we're at, we pay them to be there. I don't know if y'all know that. We're just like, hey, here's some money. We're going to leave our troops here. We do that. Jordan, on the other hand, pays us to be there. They're like, hey, here's some money. Can you mind doing this for us? We're like, all right, cool. Yeah. Jordan's been doing that for years. Let me see. Saw the... Oh, bro. I wish I would have had a chance to go see the F-22 at Oshkosh. I'm hoping... I mean, if everything goes according to plan, I would like to go to Oshkosh next year. Hopefully. Ammo to shoot is expensive. You're not wrong. Trying again because I keep getting lost. I'm sorry, Arthur. English bias needs satisfying with more Typhoon. Waiting on the Battle of Balaclava mentioned too. I'm not familiar with the Battle of Balaclava. Balaclava. I'm going to write that down. I'm unfamiliar with it. I don't know everything about everything, but I will look into it. You may see my camera shaking because I write heavy-handed. But don't worry, guys. Franklin is about to be all of your spirit animals. That's your little. That's what I'm giving you. I'm just giving you a little bit. Just giving you a little bit. What motorcycle do I have? I have a 2008 Suzuki Boulevard C109R. For those of you who are unfamiliar with that, it is Suzuki. They came together and they said, I was going to do the Japanese accent. I'm not going to do it. They said, we want to make a cruiser bike like a touring bike, a big one, but we want to make it unreasonably powerful. So we're going to put the biggest pistons that have ever been put in a production motorcycle, and we're going to give it this enormous fat ass rear tire, but then we're going to make it outrun its gears in about 8 seconds. Yeah, thing tops out at $130, and I can get there like that. Like it's got 127 horses at the rear wheel, 1,800 cc's. It's a big fucking bike, but I love the damn thing. It's comfortable. What do I think of HoloLive and VTubers? I don't know what either of those are. I'm sorry, man. Am I showing my age here? What is VTubers? VTubers gaming channel. Oh, it's like a kid's thing. It's a kid thing. Okay, that's not my jam, homie. HoloLive. Let me check who HoloLive is. Or HoloLive. It's a production. Oh, is it like a video game thing? I don't consume a lot of content, man. That's my bad. Yes, Run Boomer. Look, guys, we go together. You guys and me. We go together like boomers and bone conduction headphones. Am I the only one who's noticed that? Like every person over 50 has bone conduction headphones on their fucking ears at all times. I don't know why. I don't know. U.S. Rush prisoner swap somehow made folks angry. I don't know who we gave up. Every time we get a prisoner back from some foreign nation or some enemy, somebody bitches about what we gave up. And what I try and look at is, number one, if I was over there and my family was trying to make deals to get me back, I would be thankful. If I was here and I had a family member over there and the government was making a deal to get them back, I would be thankful. And at the end of the day, no matter what, folks, we can still hit them with a drone missile. I'm sorry. I don't feel good about it, but we're gonna run it. Shift your tism to a swordtism. I watched, for my wife and I, we watched like 4 seasons of Forged in Fire, and for a little while I was like, man, I really want to learn to forge knives. And now I just realized, like, I don't have time for another fucking hobby. Maybe when I get back to my house, yeah, I will be able to forge knives. But, yeah. Rob goes, don't touch the bikes. Exactly. Here's the thing. People like... So I grew up around bikes my whole life. I grew up around bikes, around bikers. A couple of my family members are like, 81, right? Hells Angels. Fucking 81HA. 81. Anyways, most of those people are really easy to get along with as long as you follow a couple of simple rules. Don't mess with the bikes, don't mess with the club, and don't mess with the old ladies. That's it. Those 3 things, you're golden, man. You can walk up, hey, what's up, man? Good to meet you. My name is so-and-so. They're real simple. As long as you follow those 3 rules, 95% of motorcycles, guys, will just be like, what's up, man? Like, they're really cool people. You have earbuds? You're one of them? Oh, man. I've... Oh, no, please no. You guys are... I'm sorry. Oh, man, I'm trying to catch back up now. Can we have the kid learn about furries? Oh, my God. That's pretty damn funny. I need to find some furry news now. Like, that's actually pretty damn funny. Who wants HLC to wear a Trash Panda costume for the Franklin reveal? I would never insult my Franklin like that. Anyone else upset that the first U.S. ace since Vietnam was a filthy colonial harrier? Was it? Colonial? Colonel Harrier? I don't know. I didn't know we had a new ace. That's on me. Wait, no, we had another ace. I thought it was an F-15. Took out like fucking 20 of them or something. Great videos. Thank you so much, Matt. If I ever do the F-86 Sabre, good air platform. Should sound like 50s sci-fi TV show. Today, folks, we look at... No, that's like 40s radio. How big will Iran's retaliation against Israel? I don't know. So here's the thing. If I'm looking at this from a tactical perspective, if I was Iranian, right? I always try and put my brain in someone else's, shoes. That didn't come out right. Fuck it. Anyways, if I wanted to retaliate, I'm going to do a couple of things. One, I need to hit enough that I feel like I justified all of my chest beating. Number two, I want to hit limited enough that I strike strategic targets and make it known that I can, like, send a message, right? You can't just hit random parts of the country. You have to hit something that means something, right? So that's number two. And number three, you have to pull enough punches that the U.S. or anyone else doesn't get involved. So somewhere within those three lines is where they're going to thread the needle. I hope that makes sense. He was about to weaponize spaghettification. I don't even know what that is, but that word's fun to say. VTubers are just streamers with animated backgrounds. Got it. And if you think it's for kids, I suggest you look up specific Leecher Pirate Lady from the Japanese branch. I don't know if that's like something adult themed. I don't know. You fucking rock. I'm 71 and try not to miss you since my son-in-law introduced me to you. Thank you so much, Regina. Right? I got that right? Spice and Wold is anime. Okay. The weebs. You need to teach me how to weld. Tristan, joke's on you. I know how to weld. I grew up welding. I'm not great at it. My welds are not perfect. They don't look as pretty as a professional welder. They do, however, hold. I've built bumpers, I've built fenders, I've built mounting brackets for seats I had a 1975 Jeep J20 that I took the seats, like the seats had fallen, literally rusted out, so I, put all the new the new pans in, floor pans, and then I got seats out of like a 98 Ram that was crashed, and I chopped them and welded them and cut them and got them all functional, and they were in that truck and they worked like a champ. So I do know how to weld a little bit. Oshkosh had a kid clothing store. Did they? What? Someone, if I'm remembering correctly, or if I'm understanding this, no, someone got one of my shirts, the "Would You Intercept Me" shirt, and they gave it to the F-22 test pilot, Raz, which is so cool, man. He reached out to me. He was talking me through the whole thing. I'm gonna get a hold of him today. If you go to my Instagram, he's tagged in the post, the kid who did it for me, man. He's a good guy. Not a sword making tism, a sword swinging tism. I mean, I do love me a good claymore. Have the kid learn about aeromorphs? I don't even know what an aeromorph is. Franklin belongs to the Navy lookup squad. I saw that, VRM30. Yep, they pass a raccoon to one another. I was like, I could not even plan that. I did see that. They had a change of command recently, and I was like, holy shit. Did the drop bears give the kid chlamydia? I don't know if I can get away with that joke. Hold on. Level radio? So a little bit. So I'm sorry, I read this. Do I fuck with Star Trek? A little bit. I actually for a while I was playing Star Trek Online because I'm a nerd. I like the ship battles, like the ground battles, whatever, but I like the ship battles. I had the USS Laffy, and then I had the USS. I got a tier 2 ship. I got the Kitty Hawk, and then I had the tier 3, and that was the USS Dreadnought or something. I tried making something cool, and now I think it's on my Xbox. I haven't played it in a long time. I have a tier 6 ship. It's and I call it the USS Surprise Motherfucker, but it's the Surprise MFR. So I have the USS Surprise Motherfucker. I was playing with a buddy of mine. He was on tier 2. and he was getting his ass kicked, and I was doing like warp 9 across the galaxy trying to get to him, and finally got it, you know, loaded into where he was at, and he was getting his ass kicked, and I just flew right over top, and he just saw fucking lasers and beams and missiles and shit come out of my ship. He's like, Jesus Christ. I was like, surprise, motherfucker. But yeah, I like Star Trek for the fact that they use science and logic to solve problems. I like Star Wars because I like wizards with electric swords. Yep. Do I have a Steam Deck? I do. Right here. Furries keep happening domestic political entities? Seriously? I'm going to look into that. Did Drop Bear get Franklin kick chlamydia? No.
They wouldn't let me get that close to the drop bear.
Someone's going to clip that. That's it. That's it. It's a great skill to know. I know, man. Welding is good shit. I remember that conversation. Aramore furries with planes. Really? Regina, thank you so much. You are amazing. You're amazing. Marine pilot shot down 7 drones early on the Red Sea. Really? So I know they still operate. We got like 20 Harriers left. Not very many of them. I didn't know the Harriers were even involved. First stream I watched, at the end you said, be a large content creator, you need something nobody else can offer. I applied that to business and landed myself a job. Hell yeah, my dude! That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Hell yeah, we're gonna give you some more. I can't hear it, you guys can't. Dude, I'm telling you, like, there's enough to go around. If you guys want to be a big content creator, there's not gonna be, you know, watch my 10-minute video and I'll teach you how to get followers. It's literally 2 things. 1, what are you making, right? Whatever content. Number 2, why do people go to your channel that they won't go see that same thing at someone else's? That's it. You guys don't come here because of me just telling you the news. You can get the news fucking anywhere, right? You come here because I deliver the news in a comedic way, utilizing my characters. And I've created characters that you guys all love. That's why you're here. And I know that. So that's why I want to continue to deliver that. And be consistent. I read that someone said that because it just dropped way down. He said streamed. Oh, I don't have a Steam Deck. I have a Stream Deck. My bad. Words are hard, man. Don't sneeze. You might lose your sleeves. I might. Scoob, how you doing, buddy? That, ladies and gentlemen. So Scoob, who commented, ScoobTube there. He's I believe he's. Have I modded you yet, Scoob? You're not modded here? That's funny. Scoob, if you guys ever see Scoob or Dr. Kozak jump in here, years ago, like 2018 maybe, 19 maybe, I started streaming on Twitch. And I had announced it, and I was like, hey, I'm going to stream on Twitch. Come hang out with me and play video games, right? I wasn't creating the characters then. I was just trying to be an internet personality. I didn't know what I was doing to bring people to me that they wouldn't go elsewhere. And you know who showed up? Scoob and Dr. Kozak. I can't remember who showed up first, but it was one of them, and then it was both of them. And since I have met Scoob and Dr. Kozak, they have become good friends of mine, and they have supported me, and they are in my Discord, and they have continued to deal with the debauchery that I send in there every single stream. I'm just like, go join the Discord, and then all sorts of craziness happens, and they're like, the fuck, dude. So yeah, it's been really cool to meet Scoob and Dr. Kozak, man. They've been awesome. It was fucking me. Okay, Scoob, it was you. Harrier's the best VTOL. Don't even come at me. Yeah, because I can't think of one that's better. You're probably right there. I mean, some people are like, well, what about the F-35? F-35 is... It's not VTOL. It's short takeoff and landing, from what I'm tracking. I'm hoping F-22 is getting to some fun, possible tonight. Also, something might be kicking off in me? In me tonight? What? ME. Where? Which state is ME? Is that a state? I don't know what's going on. An Aeromorph artist worked on the A-10 Warthog? Now I know. I've shared your content. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that, man. Like, when you guys... And it isn't... There's a lot of creators out there that want you to share their stuff because they want to get bigger. Again, if this all disappeared tomorrow and I was making $0, I would go get a job. but I'd still be making content because this is something I love to do. So when you guys share my videos with your friends, with your family, and you show them to other people, that gives me a sense of like, hey, I made this person so happy. You know, they like this so much that they wanted to share it with other people to make them happy too. And like that keeps me fucking grounded, man. I love that. I adore that. So I thank you guys when you do stuff like that. You know, like Regina came in here. It's like, hey, my son, I believe she said son, showed me your stuff. I try to catch everything you do. I love that. That's two family members that were able to bond over like my content. If I can go that far, right? Like it's kind of a big step, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like I send stuff to my family members. Hey, check this out. Hey, check this out. My family members send things to me and I'm like, oh yeah, hey, I know that guy. You want me to text him and say you like his stuff? Like, I think that's so fucking cool. So yeah. I was surprised when I saw the info I tweeted to you end up on a short. Canada getting subs. Yes. Yes. Cruiser, good to see you here. I can't always catch everything, so honestly, I'm so happy that Emmy is Middle East. My bad, guys. Thank you. I can't see everything, so when you guys send me news articles, I try and get them as fast as I can and implement them, especially if it's, because sometimes I'll get a news article and I'm like, I'll write it in my notes and I'm like there's a couple in here that I haven't been able to use. I haven't thought of good jokes for them. Like I'll straight up, like I've had them in here for a while. One of them is the S-500 was possibly knocked out. I've been, number one, unable to confirm that, but I'm hanging on to it. Another one is that the F-35s are getting Joint Strike Missiles. I have no idea what joke I'm going to use that with, but that's only the Italian ones. And then another one that I've had here for a while is 23,000-year-old footprints were found in New Mexico. I have no clue what the hell I'm going to use that for, but I have it in there. Love the wide-eyed deal you do when America found out the F-22 went to Australia. I thought that was the best reaction that I could give, is just, I cast upon the F-35tism, search the variants. It's A, B, and C. A told B and B told C. I'll meet you at the top of the coconut tree. We said, oh, Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. Great book. It was one of my childhood favorites. 35A is Air Force Basic Jet, 35B is VTOL, and 35C is for Seaborne Carrier. Thank you, Wolfram. If it makes you feel better, the only thing that makes me happier than your videos is a Jewish girl from Canada? Oh, you're talking about like your girlfriend. Whew. That, I thought that was about to take a real dark turn there, man. My bad. Emmy is a Messerschmitt. Yes, it is. Oh, you're talking about, the Messerschmitt's getting some action tonight, right? Is it a 262? They still got those in the air? Middle East. YouTube blocks some words from it. Got it. Thank you so much, Gunfox. Can we get some lighter colored shirts for those of us that live in the desert? What are you interested in, Richard? Honest question. Because I know that my black shirts, like everyone that usually follows me or watches me is like, I like black colored shirts. So I always try and bring that. But what are you thinking? Because the Patriot shirt I did in a lighter color. It's like a tan. You want like a, I personally don't like I'm not a yellow guy, but I don't know, maybe a red or a blue, or what are you thinking? You want purple, Katie? Oh, I don't know if I can pull that one out, but I'll see what I can do. Next time you mock Russia using his voice, can you make him sound like Nosferatu? I might be able to pull that off. Might be able to. Apple pie, Korean barbecue, or Southern barbecue? Korean. High Desert, OD Green. I have an OD Green shirt. I have the HLC one in OD Green. Tan, brown, coyote. So I did bring that up to Bunker. I was like, hey, what about tan or like the brown coyote so that we could wear it in the uniforms? And Bunker was like, look, we have tried matching that, and depending on who we get our shirts from, it can be all over the place. And I was like, shit. Light green, I can talk about a light green. I am down with that one. 'Tis a grand place. I'd like the shirt with the image on the back. Tired of strangers reading my chest. Oh, sorry, Jennifer. Sorry. Love your content so much since I found this honestly my favorite notification of military content. Thank you so much, Joel. I really appreciate that. Make a psychotic little hat shirt in bright red. I know, Robin, a couple people have been asking for a Canadian shirt. I used to have one with my old distributor. I think next thing on the chopping block is another Franklin shirt. Can we get a Franklin and F-22 shirt? Torpid. Ho. Hold the phone. I got you. I got you. Don't you worry about a thing, because I'm going to show you something. We're going over to bunker branding. So here, I'll bring it up on the... Okay, so notice we're over here. We're at bunker branding, right? Influencers. And these are all great people, but this guy, which you cannot see for some reason. Okay, well, you can't see me, but I'm going to it. Here's HLC. And then, boom, Franklin t-shirt. Unhinged and unstoppable. He's even got a little chicken nugget. Chicken nugget. And there's the kid and Franklin with the chicken nugget. We got you covered. That one is live. That one's been live. That one has... You guys have told me you like the Franklin shirt. So, I will absolutely... Does Bunker have glow-in-the-dark effect for accenting? No. I can ask. HLC and Drakenfile? I don't know who that is. Two things always make me happy. Well, I'm happy to help you there, my dude. Will I add a K2 Type 90 or an MI heli? Yes, I do want to add more characters. It's a matter of being able to come up with the voices for them and then have a reason, you know, because I don't want to just throw a character in for no reason, right? I need a reason. Do you think Ukraine will eventually run seed missions with their F-16s? Absolutely. No, excuse me. Absolutely. If they ever get enough airframes, I know the Vatnik cope when a harm smokes in S-400. I think the benefit of sending F-16s over anything else is that they excel at seed missions. It's a very good platform for that. They're incredibly good at that. Nothing against the 18s. The 18s also run seed missions. 15s, sometimes they're more just, you know, they're load carriers. They drop a lot of fucking bombs. But an F-16 really excels at it. And I'm curious. Some people are saying that the F-16 is going to change the war. Any airframe is better than no airframe. Let's just go ahead and get that straight. I don't think it's going to change the whole tide of the war, but I think it's definitely going to showcase what that platform is capable of. And I hope they use it really, really well. We need workout tank tops. Tiger Claw. If I scroll right down here, you see Unhinged and Unstoppable in a tank, and the buff is Forever in another tank. And then for wintertime, we got the hoodies, and we got the hats. Look at all that. And then we got stickers, of course. I try and have stickers for everything. I try and have good stickers. I even got this one, Unhinged and Unstoppable. Boom. But you say we got workout tanks? We got workout tanks, my dude. So don't you worry about a thing. I got you, homie. Wild Weasel time. Laughs in F-16. I've enjoyed the time and had fun. It was fun getting to give you ideas. Thank you for your time. I'm going to go buy one of your shirts. Wait, do you have a Franklin hoodie? I do not have a Franklin hoodie right now. Right now I have an Intercept Me and a Buff hoodie. Maybe when the winter rolls around, I might run like a limited Franklin hoodie with like a new design or something like that. But yeah. How neat. I'm going to bring it up next time. All right. So here we go, guys. We're at over 2 hours right now. So I do want to thank you all so much. For being here every Friday. I stream for 2 hours. I should be able to do it next Friday. Yeah, I should be here next Friday, so I'll definitely... dude, honestly, like, this 2 hours always flies by with you guys. I really appreciate you all being here. It is so much fun to just interact and talk with you guys. I know I get a little bit lost sometimes. It's really, really hard to keep up with everything. I'm trying to read as much as I can. But I want you guys to remember, as always, do not give in to the 22 a day. Every single one would be amazing, and I absolutely do. You guys are... I can never thank you enough for allowing me to live my dream as a content creator. I can never thank you guys enough. So, With that being said, I'll see you guys next Friday. And hope to have another video out for you here soon. Catch y'all later.